Muy buenas noches, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well, blessed, and enjoying family. As always, muchas gracias to everyone for everyone's words, wishes, prayers, as the love and support everyone shares with me. From the heart, thank you. Also, do please like, share, subscribe, and hype the video to help the message get out a little further. Gracias. Well, everyone, as promesas palabra, today I'm gonna touch on the Pili Sleepy from Wilma's, right? And basically, one time you could say misunderstanding that almost led to an open war, right? Amongst them two, and everybody was still in the shoes, so of course it's gonna leak out to the homies, right? But basically, this happened right around when I caught my 187 on the Carnal, right, in Cork and Shoe that led me to Pelican Bay, and Raul had just barely been made. Everything had been circled around, and he was trying to set things right, and he did. He had a pretty good thing going, with well, would you say someone right on the linea, right? But the camarada that was being the middleman, you could say, for him was on death row. He caught a death penalty. Speedy, from Torrance. Those that know him, he had a lot of jugo. He was doing a lot of things for the harbor area, not just what we're speaking on. But anyways, at the moment, he was being solid with Raul, right? And down the line, what happens is what always happens in the States and Mexico, It's why even the comparison of quién es más chingón type of thing, it's funny. Dispensing, I say it like that, but it is. For example, here you go to a Pili, hey, I need 30 ARs or cuernos or 9 millimeters. Oh, I'll get it for you. Just give me some time. And that's the famous phrase, right? Yeah, they're gonna get there, but give me some time. And Mexico, they don't really exist that way. For example, you go to one man, hey, I need 50 of them things. You have them? No. All right. Move on to the next man, and eventually you'll have the same material from the same individual. You know, it's just and that's kind of what happened. Raul was doing his thing, trading uh juguetes for chicles, and the juguetes just weren't there, right? So he needed time. In that time, I guess desperation hit Raul, and he asked Sleepy, which is the number one thing that they always try to keep away from, which is involve another member in their things, right? But anyways, they got it done. But at the moment everything was done, then Sleepy wanted a piece of it, right? Of he felt he had the people to come up on toys to get material, and since the favor was done, and as Carnales, Raul being a fresh made one, couldn't really say no, right? So they started doing things together. A lot more people gets involved, as you guys know, is when there's a lot more room for mistakes. For example, now on the streets they had a runner. They were do excuse me, it's been a while, but it was either Gringo or Gabacho, or he was a homie, but he had one of them names, right? And everything was cool. The runners from Mexico, they were the ones delivering, picking up. Everything was going good, no problems, and Sleepy wanted to be the one to change that, right? Start poniendo condiciones and stuff, right? So they started using him, and that's when a lot of people unfortunately start doing careless things, and they get caught. And Mexico's a known fact that they're going to speak, they're going to snitch. But United States is it's up in the air, right? But homeboy did snitch. He gave up not only Sleepy, Raul, Speedy from Torrance and Death Row, and they started this big investigation. And of course, as this investigation's going on, there's always that put in the blame, right? For example, Raul, I should have never asked you for the bottle. We would have been still cool. You shouldn't have asked for more than everything that was cool. You should have been cool. Sleepy being an older Billy, you know, of course he has that, you could say that grouch edge right to him and to what he does. And he didn't take it kindly to the point that he knew Speedy was real close with Raul, and Sleepy was even closer with the Ayalas, right? So he asked for him to get smocked up and get hit and removed, in a sense, to cripple Raul. And it just went like that back and forth. Raul had his own ways of, you could say, hitting Sleepy in the back of the head with things that Sleepy had to know they were coming from him, right? And it was a tennis game, basically. And that's what it usually is when it's either a fighting for a yard, for a block, for whatever. It's just a back and forth because They're over there enjoying themselves, believe me. But nevertheless, it got out of hand because they started interfering with the Pili from San Pedro. Este Sporty. I do excuse my memory, everyone. But with Sporty, I believe from San Pedro, and it became a bigger issue because it wasn't just staying in Wilma's no more. In San Pedro, it's a good money maker, as Wilma's, as most of the neighborhoods in the harbor area, right? But Sporty didn't know it, right? He didn't even know what was going on till he had to be told. And then he got upset with things, and they either get fixed or there was going to an issue going to be pressed. And of course, ain't no Pili wants an issue pressed on him because it could go either way. Don't matter what you've done for the organization, what you're in the middle of doing, or if you're just getting started. It just depends how many boats you have on your side. It just depends on numbers, you know. But at the end of the day, they end up making peace, but they lost that avenue. They lost that avenue of not even have to come up with feria, just dando y dando type of thing, right? That's why it's politics works in a lot of different ways. Today I seen something I was gonna discuss, and at the end of the day I said, there's no point, you know. You haven't lived it, you haven't been there, you haven't even had a discussion like this, so but there is a big difference from dropping out, telling, and stepping back and not take beneficial from one nor the other, even though it can be done. With this, I said it many times. You can think of me as you please. You know, it don't really bother me. It's yeah, I'll say it like that. It's sad because you say, oh, you guiding homies to think one way. Nah, homie. Through all my videos, I always say I'm not on here to spread poison. If you dare, handle your business. If that's your wish, that's your wish. All I'm doing with my experience is opening up a glimpse for camaradas to have that decision. Nothing more, nothing less. But again, it's for me and those that should know. So I'll just end this with respect. I hope the story was okay. As you guys know, I had to go out to the doctor today for some things and we couldn't figure it out. And pain is terrible, man. But, you know, it's part of everything, right? Of carrying our cross. With the said, as always, please stay true to yourself, loyal to your loved ones. I send my love and prayers to everyone.